My friends, have we been complacent? Could it just be that we may have brought this on ourselves? Hey, I wanted to open up a dialogue with you. I wanted to postulate the idea that the world needed the coronavirus, or why the world needed the coronavirus. Look, fundamentally, I'm a very optimistic person. I do not believe that anything is inherently bad or inherently evil. I always believe there is a silver lining, as it were. There is always a lesson to be learned. And I think on one hand, we need to be thankful. We need to be grateful for the coronavirus. We need to be grateful for COVID-19, for there are lessons to be observed in its sudden presence in all of our lives globally. I wanted to share that dialogue with you, and I wanted to have an open discussion about what value can we take away from this experience. So let me begin by first giving you some information about how COVID-19 measures up against common conditions like cardiovascular disease, for example. So CVD kills over 400 people daily in the UK. If we swap the name CVD for something more scary like COVID-19, I think everybody would be looting by now, because those statistics are scary. They are frightening to witness. And unfortunately, the old news of something like cardiovascular disease doesn't have the same kind of weight that coronavirus or COVID-19 has. The unknown, as it were, incites so much more fear. Let's move on and let's talk about how far worse this could have been. I mean, yes, I'm not detracting from the fact that people are suffering, people are dying, this is true, but this is not World War III. Men and women are not being shipped off to be killed in some needless fight or endeavor. The fatalities remain remarkably low compared to our previous experiences with war and natural disasters, long-term conditions, and other previous pandemics like Spanish flu, for example. What I'm describing here, my friends, is that we have a large degree of control and optimism that we should employ over the current events. It's a miracle that some global catastrophe has not happened sooner. We've been living in paradise. I think this gives us the chance to take action in a different form. So fundamentally, this dialogue, the open dialogue I'm encouraging here is predicated on the idea of reflection. The fundamental reality we need to be grateful for is the opportunity for yin. As we have yin and yang, yin is the dark, is the feminine, is the introspective. In a world that has known nothing of rest and recovery, this has been our karma, in a way, the opportunity to slow down, pause, turn our attention inwards. There has been much talk about the coronavirus and how it will impact our health, and how it has impacted our health. And in a state of isolation, we are becoming physically weakened and mentally distraught. I don't believe this is true, for the reality is quite the opposite if you allow for it. If you see the opportunity, if you see the lesson, if you see the silver lining, you will realize that the events at this time desire for us to be in our bodies. There is no greater opportunity than now to sit and be still in meditative practices, or practice the boundaries of physical form through yoga and home exercises. There is an abundance of resources out there, YouTube videos and so many other self-employed individuals that are stockpiling videos on how to stay fit and healthy from the comfort of your home. So I would press on you to trust in the practices of physical engagement at this time instead of Netflix and YouTube and TV, and especially the news. This will only add to our neurosis. Remember, health is where you place your attention, is where you place your energy, and you can either choose to give it away to mindless activity, or you can choose to channel it into yourself, people you love, and on creating a stoic and strong front in the face of adversity. Look, here's the truth. Here's the sentiment from which precedes this video. I think sometimes we need dramatic examples to shake us out of apathy. I think that the coronavirus has shown us where our complacency lies, and our detachment from our bodies and our health that we have neglected for so long. Never before have I seen such an emphasis for content on home workouts we previously mentioned. Immune system boosting foods and methods and processes and cocktails and potions. And let me not forget personal hygiene. I think we could all use some relief from that. But this is something we should all be familiar with. We will endure, but let this be a lesson to never again take our health for granted. Fundamentally, we must not take human connection for granted. In our physical separateness at this moment, we are in isolation, we are in lockdown, we are in a state of confinement to our homes. We have become more united and whole than ever. And let us not forget that. And if you subscribe to this, subscribe to me, please create a dialogue below. I want to engage you in conversation. I would like to know what you think. The lesson is to be learned here. Be safe and be well.